Hey guys, my name's Rebecca Fulkerson, but you should all know me as Becca. High school was really weird for me because on one hand I made some of the best friends that I never thought I would make, but on the other hand, going to school all the time, a lot of the work was kind of boring. But looking back now on the past 4 years, I wouldn't trade my high school experience for anything, from freshman year to graduation in 3 weeks. I met some really great people in high school, and I had a lot of fun. And I met my best friend there.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
I spent the first 2 years of high school at a traditional school at Rossview, and it was just miserable, and I wasn't happy there because everyone was just like, all the people were irritating. Scheduling was awful because the guidance counselors didn't know how to deal with me and having prior high school credits before high school. And I was having a really bad day one day, and Miss Mendoza came walking into my English class, and she just, she gave everyone the middle college spiel and offered everyone a way out. And most people just, didn't give it a second thought, but I took that opportunity and decided to come to middle college. And as it turns out now, it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
Where in the world's a forgotten? They're lost inside your memory. You're dragging on.
From day one, I knew middle college was the right choice for me. The teachers cared about the students. The classes weren't quite as easy as in traditional school, and they gave me more of a challenge, which I thrived on. The college classes were actually easier than the high school classes at first, and then I started calculus and calculus 2. It was the first time I really felt like I belonged in a school. I was so used to moving around all the time and being the new kid, so it was great when on the first day of middle college, junior year, all the juniors were the new kids. And then being so small, especially in the case of our class, we weren't so much peers as we were more like a family. The middle college family. Class of 2013 family. Everyone was like little sisters and irritating older brothers. We made fun of each other a lot, irritated each other, everyone got angry. But I mean, it was all in good humor. We all had fun. I think we all had fun. I had fun. I may have been ready to graduate since freshman year, but I enjoyed the journey. Still glad it's nearly over.
On your heart's been broken, 'cause we all go down in history. Where in the world did the time go? It's where your spirit seems to roam, like losing faith to our abandon, or an empty hallway from a broken home. Well, don't look away from the arms of a bad dream. Well, don't look away, sometimes you're better lost than to be seen.
Time sure does fly, and everything will change. We all grow up, and life will become strange. The people I met and the times we had, I would be lying to say they were bad. The drill comps and movies and classes too, there's not a lot we didn't try to do. Laughter and tears were all much too common, just like in the lounge, kids eating ramen. Sometimes we were loud and others quiet. At least we never tried to start a riot. Looking ahead is always quite scary. What will you do? Who will you marry? Missing your friends is a part of it all. No longer will you pass them in the hall. Good times and bad times, it's almost the end. You'll be saying goodbye to your best friend. You grew up together, now we'll be apart. It's time for us all to have a fresh start. I learned from you and you learned from me too. But now it's time for us to say adieu.
It's more like content. Another moment trapped in time. I can't.
I'm gonna miss a lot of people after graduation. I'm gonna miss Katie with her I don't care attitude, sitting in the lounge of the UC blogging on Tumblr. Most of all, I'll miss being able to watch Doctor Who with her and then freaking out about it the next day. Don't blink. I already miss Jess. 3 semesters at middle college, and she had to leave for the best one. Bonding over music and our mutual love of punk bands was great, and I don't know many people that understand my love of music like she does. Jamal, we will be senators one day. Do not forget that. We will have each other's backs in the Senate. Nick, you irritated me a lot, but you're actually a pretty great and loyal friend, so thanks. Juan and Mark, you guys are ridiculous, but school was always tended to be more fun when you guys were around. Taylor, we had way too much fun in ACT prep last year, and I wish we could have had econ together this year. Laura and Krista, I miss you guys, and the last 2 years, I wish you guys could have been here too. But freshman and sophomore year with you guys, every drill competition, nationals, I mean, they were amazing memories, and I love them. And I miss you guys so much, and I'll miss you even more next year.
Quite put my finger on it, but it's like a child that was left behind. So where in the world I've forgotten, like soldiers from a long lost war, we share the scars from our abandon.
This one goes out to all my teachers in middle college. You guys were all amazing, and if I could, I would take you all to college with me, because none of my science teachers will ever rival Mr. Harris, and my freshman comp professor will never be as great as Miss Mullins. Miss Scouten, I wouldn't take you just because I think you would hate trying to teach me Calc 3 and 4, but I will miss you nonetheless. Trig was great. And Mr. Stevens, do you see this book? If I learned anything from your classes, it's that coloring is a really good way to learn. So I'll be learning anatomy from this coloring workbook. Thank you to all my teachers. And Miss Lee and Miss Champion and Miss Mendoza, you guys were all wonderful, and I'm going to miss all the teachers next year. Gabriella friend, Gabby. You saved me going into high school. I was so scared and so nervous, and you just reached out to me and took me under your wing, and we did that with each other for the next 4 years. I would not have joined ROTC if you hadn't even told me to the first day. You have had the biggest influence on me in the last 4 years, and I know sometimes you don't feel like it, but you're the most amazing person I've ever met. I will miss you so much next year. I've never been in the same place with any of my friends as long as I have with you. I usually lose my friends in the Army after 1 or 2 years, but we've had 4 awesome years together. You are my best friend. You know me better than I know myself most of the time, and I'd like to think I know you that well. And I could not have gotten through high school without you. I'll be at UK being a big nerd next year, and you'll be doing amazing things in Texas. I can't wait for us to continue to grow up with each other, maybe just a little bit more distance between us. I can't wait to watch you succeed and achieve your dreams. I'm so proud that I get to call you my best friend. And, I mean, they say that distance makes the heart grow fonder. In our case, there'll be a lot of distance, but I think it's just an Asian proverb.
Don't look away from the arms of a moment. Don't look away from the arms of tomorrow. Well, don't look away from the arms of a moment. Don't look away from the arms of love.
They teach you to be proud and unbending in honest failure, but humble and gentle in success, not to substitute words for action, not to seek the path of comfort, but to face the stress and spur of difficulty and challenge, to learn to stand up in the storm, but to have compassion on those who fall, to master yourself before you seek to master others, to have a heart that is clean, a goal that is high, to learn to laugh yet never forget how to weep, to reach into the future yet never neglect the past, to be serious, yet never take yourself too seriously, to be modest so that you will remember the simplicity of true greatness, the open mind of true wisdom, the meekness of true strength. General Douglas MacArthur. This is an excerpt of his farewell speech given to the Corps of Cadets at West Point in 1962. My dad taught me this quote, and I plan to live by it because I think MacArthur knew what he was talking about.